guys. Sorry if my voice is going in and out. I'm just getting over a sinus cold. I had my third shot for the Moderna, the booster shot. So unfortunately with me, it really messes with my system. So I have pre-existing, you know, like sinus issues to begin with. So anytime when I got the other two shots, it did the same thing. I ended up getting like a sinus thing that happened. So this time around, it was the same thing. So I'm better. I just feel really, really tired. The shot takes a lot out of me. So I'm not used to putting anything foreign in my body. I don't even do the flu shot. But because I was looking after my mom a lot since like all kind of like last year, like, you know, 2020 kind of coming into 2021. So being responsible, because I'm a carrier, so I didn't want to bring anything to her and get her sick. So because she's very immune compromised. So I'm just doing my part because I work in the public, you know. So that is why I wasn't able to do very much recording this month. So like I said, every time I seem to put a plan in motion to do more videos and put more content, something comes up. I'm not sure why, but something comes up. So yes, that's yeah. And then I just ended up with 3 other people sick in my house. Not COVID, not, what is it, Omicron or whatever transformer freaking mutation of this COVID is out there right now. Nobody has any of that in my house. It is legitly just sinus colds. Mine is just the side effects for my shot lingers on, but my 2 little ones ended up getting sick over the weekend, and then my 20-year-old as well. So it's been an interesting couple of weeks. So I will be doing a video before in bulk, though, just talking about in bulk and you know, stuff like that, different things you can do to kind of bring it in, and the meaning of it, and just kind of celebrating it, and things like that. So I will be doing that at some point this week, because in bulk is next week. So I have one of my January boxes here. This is the Witch's Moon. So if you are new to my channel, I am Tammy. I am a practicing witch. Excuse me, I dabble in everything. I have interest in everything. I'm not drawn to one practice more than the other. So on my channel, I will be doing witchy subscription unboxings. I will be starting to do book reviews. I've done, and I do, you know, tarot and oracle card unboxings and kind of reviews, overlooks. Once I've worked with the deck for a bit, I'll do a review of it. I do crystal talks about different crystals. I started doing the Sabbats I started that in August, I believe. So there's a video on here for Lunasa or Lamis. The only one I didn't get a chance to do was Mabon. Again, it's just September was a super short month. My kids were just going back to school. Plus, I am also part of an organization in my witchy community where we do the Sabbath rituals in person. Obviously with COVID we weren't, so Mabon was actually our first in-person Sabbath ritual since all of COVID. So, you know, we were really focused on getting that one going and making sure everything kind of ran smoothly. So there's a Samhain video up there. There is the winter solstice Yule video up there, and then, like I said, I'll be putting up the in bulk. I do small business unboxings, if I do any kind of witchy haul shopping. So everything on my channel is pertaining to witchcraft and spirituality and, you know, things like that. So yes, so without any further, let's get into this box because I'm super excited to get into this box. I like ate my dinner really quick to come up here to do the box because it was just like sitting there. So I have two other subscription boxes that I'm waiting for. One is Witch Casket, which is from the UK, and the other one is Intentional Witch, which is also from the United States. The Witch's Moon is from the United States. It is a American box. I think it's 55, but I believe it's 55 US. So depending on where you live, you just got to factor in the conversion for it. Even with the conversion to Canadian dollars, it is still very well worth the price point for this box. I love this box. I was after this box for the longest time. They had closed subscriptions to anywhere outside of the United States when COVID happened because the boxes were coming in so late. And then they finally opened up to Canada. I was on an emailing list for when they would open up their subscriptions to Canada, and I got an email, I believe it was last November, for the December box of last year, 2021. So I've just been getting this box a year now. It was a year last month that I started getting this subscription box. I love it. The Book of Shadows for this box is just phenomenal. I love their Book of Shadows pages. They always have a big main item in here, and the items are amazing. I have a beautiful Medusa plaque on my wall up here from them. I've got a beautiful like dream catcher here. They called it something else though, so I apologize. I can't think of what it was they called it. It was beautiful. It had to do with the Nyx goddess. We have another thing here that has to do with weaving. It comes with a nice teak bowl, so you can put your intentions and what you want to weave into yourself in this bowl. It's beautiful, beautiful Basset statue. I've gotten a beautiful unicorn statue, which I've loved unicorns ever since I can remember as a little girl. Any kind of mystical creature. I've gotten a beautiful dragon statue, which I've rehomed. I gave it to my husband. So But yeah, they're just, you know, we've gotten witches runes, we've gotten a beautiful herbal oracle deck, a beautiful crystal book. You get, you know, nice crystals in there. It's an amazing box. As always, I'll leave all the information down below in the description. It's an amazing box. I love it. I love all three of the boxes that I get right now. Obviously, there's a lot of other boxes that I would love to get, but don't have the money for it. So, but yeah, so let's get to this. If you hear any noise in the background, I apologize. I have a house full. There's 7 of us in here, so you know, plus 2 dogs. I do all my unboxings in my room at my altars because this is the quietest place in my house, and this is actually where I do all my witch work anyways. If I have to do anything super big, then I do it in the kitchen. So if you are a witch in the broom closet, this is how the box comes. And even if you read the tag here, it just says W Moon. No one's, you know what I mean? No one's gonna know. So, and then this is what the box looks like. It's got all the beautiful like sigils and like rune. So the Witch's Moon, there's 3 tiers. This is the larger box. And then they have the Witch's Roots, which is more of an apothecary kind of box. I believe that one was like $30 or $35 American. It's just, it's not worth the price point when you factor in the conversion for the money. It's not worth it for me. And then there is the Witch's Bounty. That one is a beautiful subscription box as well. That one is the more expensive box. It's a smaller box, but it is the more expensive box because you get a piece of jewelry in every single box. So it'll have like the crystal of the month. They'll have a pendant of some sort with that particular crystal in it. You get a book of shadows, like an oil and a candle. I don't think you get a herb in that one, but don't quote me on it. I can't remember now. So, and then, like I said, this one is the bigger box. So, and this, there we go. And that's what it looks like. So, I always kind of have the box on my bed and then I put the stuff here. There's not a lot of room in my bedroom. My bedroom's not very big. So you always get an oracle or a tarot card of some kind. This is the list of items in the box. I just want to see. Whispers of the Oak. That's what the theme was. I couldn't remember. And this was our oracle card. Arise. Wings of hope languish from lack of use. Every cell in your body is created to rise to challenges. You have gumption, guts, I don't know what that word, guts. You dare to love where others see only pain. You dare to believe that everything will work out where others only see what they judge to be wrong. You seek freedom where the world succumbs to manipulation. Oh, sorry guys, just got an itch on my eye there. And propaganda. Oh, do you see? I can't speak. Where others peddle fear, you recognize and know love's true power. Interesting. I like that. And it looks like we have a little note here. Dear subscriber, we are writing to inform you of a small adjustment to shipping prices starting February 1st, 2022. We have not raised shipping prices since we started this wonderful journey in 2016. Oh, wow. And have done everything we can to make our shipping costs affordable. Unfortunately, the cost of shipping is now at a cost where we have to make an adjustment to continue sharing our passion for this craft with you. Starting February 1st, 2022, $1 USD, so $1 American, will be added to the shipping and handling cost of all subscription boxes. We extend our deepest gratitude for your support of the Witch's Moon and for giving us the opportunity to serve you on your magical journey. We truly hope to serve you for years to come. The memories and relationships we have built with our subscribers are invaluable and so important to our small team. We look forward to you seeing what we have been working so hard on for the coming collections. Many blessings, the Witch's Moon. That is completely understandable. I mean, the fact that they haven't raised their shipping cost when they first started their subscription boxes in 2016 is amazing. And honestly, with everything that's gone on in this world, with COVID and everything, just how the governments have handled everything, the inflation of, you know, food, the cost of food, and just rent, gas, like everything, I'm not surprised at all, to be honest. So, the Resolute Spirit. So this is another Book of Shadows. I'm trying to hold it so you can see it a bit. I'm using my older phone right now, so for some reason it really picks up the light on my ring light. Through the hard and hindered path, I carve, create, and craft. Sorry, the font is like that English old school writing. So, as the sun reaches his high throne, I bask in the ever-giving light. The flowers and herbs of spring are here, the rebirth of nature in sight. O spirits of old and new, I call upon your concurring spirit. I'm not sure if that's what that says, but to guide and gift, to teach and lift. Yep. So humble I can hear it. So humbly I can hear it, sorry. As the sun rises each day forward, and my world consumes my thoughts. May the intentions be bold and pure, so that all negativity may find loss. Within this blessing I hold dear. Within my spirit rise the wisdom of old and yet to come, the known and unknown surprise. Through the hard and hindered path, I carve, create, and craft. So mote it be. That was beautiful. And then we have our Book of Shadows. Ooh, Storm Moon. This is beautiful. See what I mean? Their Book of Shadows pages are just gorgeous. And what is this one? Spirit of the Oak. Oh. I think we're getting something to do with the Green Man or like the Oak King. Oh, I'm excited. Alrighty. Alright, well, first thing I see are, looks like 3 herbs here. So we have Grape Seed. So it fluctuates between 2 to 3 herbs. Sometimes it'll be 2 herbs and a tea. Juniper Berry. And white oak. So these herbs here, oh, that smells nice. These herbs here are not food grade safe. So like you can't use them for teas or anything like that. They're for spell work and that. So offerings if you want. I don't know why I smelled that. It's grape seed. And juniper berries. All right. What else? Oh, and we got our sacred salt in this beautiful forest green package. So sometimes they'll put it in an envelope like this. I think it's if they don't have enough space in the box. So they'll use the envelope little packets, which is fine. Oh. Oh my God, that smells amazing. Kind of has a bit of a citrusy smell. Mixed with like a woodsy, like forest smell. But I definitely can smell like orange. There's like a orange or grapefruit, something citrusy. But like not lemon though, if that makes sense. Oh, that smells amazing. I'm excited. Bath time. Okay. So we have a bubble wrap here. Not quite sure what's in here. I know the last couple of times they gave our crystal and it was in a bubble wrap like this, so I'm just going to be careful just in case that is what it is. Oh, yep, it is. What is this? Oh, well, this is different. It looks like a tourmaline, but it's got like a pink and green to it. I don't know if you can see. See, it's got like a green hue, but then in here it's like pink. I think it's a watermelon tourmaline, because yeah, interesting. I definitely don't have any of that. And we got another bubble wrap here, which looks like it's our oil. So you always get an oil and a crystal. I think there was only 1 month that we didn't get a crystal, and I was actually kind of disappointed. I was like, "Where's our crystal?" Ah, and this is our in bulk. I don't know if you can see all the little herbs in there, and there's always a Lemurian quartz in here as well. Ooh, I can see jasmine in here. Oh, smells like spring in a bottle. Definitely smells like spring in a bottle. And what else do we always get a beautiful beeswax candle. Hand rolled. Sometimes they're anointed, which I'm actually going to leave this one out because in bulk is literally right around the corner. And this one is definitely anointed. I can smell it. Beautiful spring green candle. I love this. So again, if you're new to my channel, I've showed this before. With beeswax candles, you can dress the candles as well. So you would just unroll it. If it's super stiff to unroll, just kind of take your hair dryer at a distance and just kind of warm it up a bit so you can kind of pry it open. You would just unravel it, and then you can put you know, whatever oil you want in here, herbs, any kind of like written petitions in here, crystals, you know, whatever. And then you would just roll it back up and seal it, and you're good to go. You just dressed your candle. What else is in here? Oh, and you always get incense. I love it. Mystic Forest. So you get, I believe it's 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 8. So you get 8 incense. And I've liked, I think, only one of their incense. And it wasn't that it was bad. It was just, my nose was just super, super sensitive. So oh, that's it's a very masculine smelling. Oh, I like this. Very fresh, but very masculine smelling. Oh, yes, I like that. It kind of almost reminds me of a body spray that I used to get for my husband. Ooh. Yeah, so I think there was only one that I gave it to, I think it was my husband, or I split it between my husband and one of my daughters. It was a beautiful incense. It smelled great, but it gave me a headache, so I couldn't burn it. Oh, that is nice. So my husband would burn it while I was at work, right? I'm just gonna put it in my I love this. Isn't it gorgeous? I bought this at a beautiful witch store that had just opened up here in Ottawa, where I live. So, yeah. So this is our last item, guys. Oh, it's a little heavy. Bubble wrap. Let's check this out. Oh, I'm excited. I'm so excited. I think this is like a resin. It's the oak. Look at this. Isn't it beautiful? Look at all the berries. here. Oh, where am I going to put you? Okay. All right. Let's read. And let's see where they were going with this box. I mean, obviously I know where they were going. All right. Whispers of the Oak. Oops. There we go. Okay. As the days start to become longer and the promise of new life is reintroduced, we remind ourselves of the sacred place in which we stand. We connect to our path of growth with a spirit of resolution. We focus on absorbing new information and setting goals that exceed our expectations. We celebrate the blessings that are and the blessings that are yet to come as the months of light greet us again. In this very special and limited collection, we take guidance from the whispers of the oak while we introduce new intentions into our surroundings. May these months ahead bring light and favor to our path. And it just says the magical items in this box are as follows. Winter Oak Greenman Plaque. The wonderful Winter Oak Greenman Plaque has been made of cold cast resin and hand painted by skilled artisans. Covered with flourishing leaves and berries, this representation of the Green Man is a great addition to your Yule and Imbolc altar. The Green Man has been represented in ancient rituals and mythology dating back thousands of years, spanning a variety of cultures and still maintaining the recognizable leafy green face to this day. Among the many meanings and information that has been published about the lore of the Green Man, there is one recurring truth. The Green Man represents our intimate connection with the seasonal cycle of each year, resonating with the deep wisdom of continual death and rebirth. It is within these teachings that we find new hope and guidance, knowing that our lives are not meant to be lived stagnantly, but brimming with new energies and renewed inspiration. The Green Man becomes alive with the coming of spring, watching over the growing nature and sprouting leaves, guarding over the forest until the winter captures him once again. Even though the cold winter months, the spirit of the Green Man is strongly felt, full of life and beautiful meaning. The representation of both man and nature seemingly combined resonates so intimately with our practices and rituals. Both of these qualities rely on one another for survival and growth. It is so important to remember our responsibility and devotion to this sacred bond as we work with natural energies to enhance all aspects of our lives. As we work with the element of earth through each season, we focus on the spiritual cycle of letting go and gaining during the waning and waxing of each year. These practices are even represented down to each day, as the sun rises in the morning, eventually falling in the evening. This aspect representation of the Green Man brings energies of new growth and abundance in the evening. This specific representation of the Green Man brings energies of new growth and abundance into our sacred space. presenting himself during the time of year where we celebrate our victories with friends and family. We show our grateful spirit for the blessings that we have showered upon us during these winter months. This is a perfect time to connect with nature spirits, calling upon them and working with their favorable energies, while providing offerings and rituals dedicated to these spirits at this time. We ensure that our spiritual crops are richly fertilized and abundantly full of nutrients for the coming months. It is the pacts with nature that we create as soon as the sun returns that will carry us through. The green man brings us closer to nature, where we are called to be. His energies remind us of our connection and responsibility to life that is found within the soils and sprouts of each natural being. We urge you to listen for the whispers of the oak, heeding his call to connect again with the natural instincts of our practices and rituals are so sacredly based on. As you hang this plaque in your sacred space, take the time to connect with every special energy that surrounds this time of year. Finding hope in the new beginnings we have the opportunity to embrace as the sun captures the sky once again. Oh, this is beautiful. Now I gotta find a very special spot for you. The workmanship is just gorgeous. All right. So that, I should just show you once again. So essentially we read it. So that's the plaque. I'll just rest it in the box here. And then we have the Spirit of the Oak, Book of Shadows. So that's this one here. Okay, created exclusively for this very collection. This beautiful and inspired Spirit of the Oak, Book of Shadows artwork provides a wonderful summary of the correspondences associated with the oak. You will even find a beautiful illustration of various types of oak leaves and the corresponding acorn shape. Keep this print within your Book of Shadows for reference or display it in your sacred space. Written and illustrated by A.E. Alden. And then we have hand-rolled Nature's Awakening Spell Candle. Just sit there. I'll fix it. It's all completely dry. Perfect. You smell the incense? It smells nice, eh? See? No, it's a plaque. That's the green man.
Oh, fuck. Howdy. Shit.
It's nice, eh?
Yeah. Well, sorry, Greggy. I don't want you.
No, because she usually ends up barking or something. And besides, I gotta fix the bed. Sorry, that was my husband. Okay, hand-rolled Nature's Awakening Spell Candle. He was washing my blanket for me, so it was all nice and clean for my bed. Because here in Canada, in Ottawa, it is going down to minus 40 degrees Celsius, so it's a little cold. All right, we have hand-rolled this Nature's Awakening Spell Candle with the intention of focusing our energies on this sacred time of rebirth and renewal. As you allow the flame from this candle to dance before you, take time to ponder what this time of year truly means to you. Work to understand the importance and purpose of these energies as they begin to cultivate around you. Know that there is a great and wonderful opportunity upon you. This hand-rolled candle was created as a token of awakening, both spiritually and physically. Do not take lightly the bond that you have with all that surrounds you and the responsibility you carry for their cultivation and growth. We have included the oils of cedarwood, green tea, and jasmine into the rolling of this spell candle. We recommend noting your experience within your book of shadows during these times and referring to them after a full moon cycle has passed, documenting new growth or experiences. And then we have the Resolute Spirit Spell Mantra Book of Shadows, which was this beautiful one right here. And can I help you? Who wants the thermometer?
Jacob.
It's in here. Do you see it? Just bring it back up, okay, when you're done, please. No, out, reggae. All right, sorry. To accompany you during this time, we have included the Resolute Spirit artwork for you to display on your altar or use during rituals associated with this sacred time of year. This mantra has been inspired by the conquering and eager spirit. We truly hope that these words can bring power and conviction to your work during this time, providing you with emotions of hope through heartache and strength through seeking wisdom and knowledge. The sigil that has been incorporated with this artwork was created exclusively. Okay, there it is. I'm like, what? Sigil. Exclusively for these energies and intentions. Written by G. Ibius, illustrated by A.E. Alden. All right. Oh, sorry. Almost skipped one here. In bulk magical anointing oil. So that's our oil. Our in-bulk magical anointing oil was created with the intention of bringing energies of new life and the celebration of beginnings to your space during this time. This beautiful Gaelic holiday represents the reawakening of the world around us. This oil can be used to create blends or anoint items associated with your in-bulk rituals. As you use this oil, be sure that your intentions are clear. We will often recite short intentional mantras as we use these oils to anoint our skin or magical tools. We have enchanted this magical anointing oil with anise, jasmine, ginger, and basil oils, and have included the herbs of jasmine, basil, and elderflower as well. Inside your oil, you will find a quartz, usually a Lemurian quartz, known to personify oneness into your aura. We have also included a special mixture of our New Beginnings magical oil from our personal cabinet of witchery into the making of this oil. And it just says to be careful when applying to skin. The base of this oil is sunflower oil, and just says some might be more sensitive than others when come in contact. So always taste like, yeah, okay, Tammy. Always test, you know, a small spot on your skin first to see if you may be allergic. Then we have our new beginnings ritual sacred salt. This very special sacred salt blend was created to refresh your energies for the onset of new beginnings. As you seep into these herbal energies, take the time to find comfort in the blessings that surround you and your practice. Relax and let go of preconceived thoughts and expectations. Allow your inner chatter to slowly stop cluttering your emotions. As you resonate with the earthly ingredients of this sacred salt, take the time to breathe deep and let go of any bothersome thoughts or emotions. We have enchanted this sacred salt with sandalwood, grapefruit, I knew it, I said orange or grapefruit, and green tea oils, as well as rosemary, green tea, bay leaf, sage, and safflower herbs. We have also included a special mixture of our cleansing, clearing magical oil from our personal cabinet of witchery in the making of this sacred salt. So the other thing, if you don't do baths, and I've said this on my other channels before, and of course I don't have one of my little bags. You can either steep it in here. They give one idea, actually. If bath is unavailable, steep bath salt in a bowl of warm water and wash over skin to benefit from the energies within. The other thing you can do a foot soak, you know, because the soles of your feet are essentially the opening to, you know, our being, our soul, you know, our energy current. So you can do a magical foot soak with it as well. The other thing you can do is you can get the little bags. They look similar like this. Obviously not a satin bag, but it looks like a mesh bag. Sometimes it looks like a little brown, almost like a flower bag, like the old school flower bags. They're about this size. I don't have one on hand to show you, or I would. And you can put the some of the bath salts in that, tie it, and you can tie it to your shower head, and then just kind of let the energies of the sacred salt and just everything kind of, you know, go down your skin and just kind of energize you and cleanse you. And so yeah, a couple of little ideas. And then we have our white oak bark for our herb here. Oak has long been a sacred source of magic throughout history, dating back to the Druids, who traditionally would not meet for rituals unless there was an oak nearby or present. In addition, the oak brings to life the image of witches dancing beneath its wavering limbs, calling upon spirits during ritual. Carry a sachet of white oak bark with you during your day to draw good luck towards you. The sacred oak is a wonderful symbol of protection and strength, and is a great addition to any new beginnings blend. Elemental association is fire. Planetary connection is the sun. Magical abilities, protection, healing, good luck, ritual enhancement. And then it, like I said, external and ritual use only. Then we have Grape Seed, which is right here. Estimated to date back at least 6,500 years, the Vitis vinifera, plant, I apologize if I'm butchering that, has held a notable standing within the magical community. The deep and rich history of the grape is found within the writings of Homer, 700 BC, and can also be found represented throughout the tombs of ancient Egypt. Excuse me, guys. For this specific collection, we have included Grape Seed for you to incorporate into fortune or prosperity spells. Just give me a sec, guys. Sorry. Fortune and prosperity spells during the beginning of the new renewed year. Gender association is feminine. Planetary association is the moon. Elemental association is water. All right. And then our next one is Juniper Berry. I'm actually very quite familiar with juniper berries because I use them for tea blend. These juniper berries have been sourced from small evergreen trees related to cedar, cypress, and other conifers. In addition to the mention of juniper berries in a variety of ancient Egyptian writings, remnants of the juniper berry have been found in many royal tombs, almost certainly used as an offering. In our practices, juniper berry is a go-to for protection, love, and healing rituals. As you work with these intentions during this time of year, allow these juniper berries to assist you in cultivating the necessary energies. Gender association is masculine. Planetary association is the sun. Elemental association is fire. Mystic Forest Ritual Incense Sticks. It's these. As you allow the smoke from this ritual incense to waft throughout your sacred space, allow its rejuvenating and fresh energies to surround you. Burn this ritual incense during your in-bulk celebrations or rituals. So it just says tourmaline, but this is not just a regular tourmaline. This is actually watermelon tourmaline. Just like I said, you can see the pink and the green. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. All right, Tourmaline Stone. The wonderful stone. This wonderful stone has been included within this collection to bring strength, healing, and growth into your environment. This unique stone strengthens the bond that we create with the natural world around us. Carry this beautiful stone with you or place it on your altar. And then we have the Storm Moon February Sabbath Book of Shadows. Created exclusively for this very collection, this beautiful and inspired Storm Moon February Sabbath Book of Shadows artwork provides a brief description of this powerful full moon. Keep this print within your Book of Shadows for reference or display it on your sacred space. Written and illustrated by A.E. Alden. And then we have personalized oracle reading card, which was this. We have meditated and selected a card from the Rummy Oracle by Alana Fairchild, artwork by Resolute, to place inside your box. This card and the discovery that it holds was meant for you. Take the time to reflect on the wisdom that resonates within this imagery and description. Let it speak for you. Take the time to reflect on let it speak to the pressing realities in your world, providing you with the relevant guidance you may need at this time. And then as always, they always give you an extra piece of parchment paper for any ritual work. And then it just says, as you perform your rituals, do not set expectations. Cast your intention and be of pure heart and mind. These very personal moments are for you. There is so much knowledge available to you. We urge you to stay eager for enlightenment and open to the blessings that are so sacredly gifted to you by the universal divine. May the beginning of the brilliant ritual, Return of the Sun, bring new opportunities and growth into your life. Blessed be the witch's moon. Alrighty. So this was the witch's moon for January of 2022. So we're off to a really good start with the witch's moon. I'm super excited to see what they have planned for us for this year. I believe they always plan a year ahead each time. That's the impression that I get. So I'm super, super excited to see what they have for us with further boxes for this year, for 2022. I love the box. That plaque is just amazing. Everything is amazing in this box. The Book of Shadow sheets. I'm super excited to read the information for the storm moon, as I've been trying to learn more about the moon and the moon phases, different spells and you know, magic that you can do with each of the moon phases, you know, not just, you know, the common ones, you know, the full moon and the new moon. You know, I want to know other aspects to it, and then eventually get into the astrology side of it, you know, because each moon is always in a different zodiac sign, you know. So what does it mean when it's in that zodiac sign, which we all know right now? The full moon that happened for this month on the 17th, it was in Cancer. We were also going in retrograde. Mercury was going in retrograde. Venus was going in retrograde. It was just a very emotional and, you know, chaotic time of year this year. The beginning of the year, you know. Thankfully, I mean, we're riding it through, you know. We're about halfway through retrograde right now, so it's definitely been trying. So brought up a lot of past 10 issues that I thought I dealt with, which, you know, I needed to do more shadow work on to kind of dealing with them. So I'm super excited to read everything for this moon. Like I said, I just, I've always been, felt connected to the moon a lot. And now I'm actually starting to appreciate the sun so much more too. Today, the sun, when I was coming home from work with my my coworker, I swear to God that the sun was like half the size of the sky. Like, it was so huge, and I don't ever remember, maybe just I was just not paying attention, but I don't ever remember seeing the sun so big, so close, and so bright. Like, I tried to take pictures with my phone, and even the pictures just couldn't even do it justice. It was just so bright this evening when we were driving home, and just like watching it, you know, slowly go down, you know, behind the buildings and the trees. It was captivating. Like, we just kept staring at it. It was so gorgeous and bright. Like, you know, I could see just the whole golden like rim just around the sun, like, and it's just, it was amazing. It was so amazing. Yeah, it was crazy. But yeah, so this was the witch's moon. Sorry guys, I kind of rambled for a minute. January of 2022. I should have another box coming in sometime this week, which is the one from the UK. So keep your eyes open for that one. And yeah, if you like my channel, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. You like my video, give it a thumbs up, guys. It makes my videos more easily available and easier to find for people that may be interested. So it kind of, you know, moves it up on the video listing, I guess, for YouTube. So, but yeah, and, you know, don't forget to hit the notification bell. Scroll up, make sure you hit all. So any video that I upload, you'll get a notification that I've uploaded a new video. Stay tuned for this week. I will be uploading a video at some point this week talking about In Bulk, because In Bulk is next weekend. So, and then the next Sabbath after In Bulk will be Astara, which is the spring equinox. So I'll be doing a video about that one as well. And yeah, so I will talk to you guys later. I love you all. Have an amazing and magical evening. Blessed be. Bye guys. Stay safe.